Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 3.6 Notes, Day 2. Today we're continuing our discussion on applications of linear equations. Our learning target today is to be able to write slope-intercept equations in order to solve real-world problems. Now, if you can look at our vocabulary, it's the same thing as we had up for Day 1 notes. The y-intercept includes starting amounts or flat fees. Our slope includes the words per, of, each, and every. In order to pair our two numbers in the same sentence, units for x include time, which are hours, minutes, year, weeks, and days. Remember, that's just for the most part. It could change. And then units for y include money or different things that depend on what the x is. Okay? So if you need to write those down, just pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so number 1, it says Jim runs his own lawn care service. He charges his customers a flat rate. Okay, that's what we're looking for, flat rate to rake up the leaves, as well as $5.95 per bag. He charged a customer $60.70 for services and for 6 bags that he collected. Okay, so they mentioned money a lot. I want money is going to be that's the y. Okay, that's the total. That's what the cost is. Okay, now we know that it's $5.95 per, and then right after that, it's telling us what x is, and those are the bags of leaves. So write a slope-intercept equation to model this. Now, I noticed that they gave me 3 numbers. Okay, yesterday all they did was give us 2. So I know that the word per is our slope. Now the other thing they gave us was a point, and they gave us the point 60.70 and 6. Now 6 is our x because that's the bag of leaves, and then 60.70 was the total. So what they gave us a point and a slope. So today we're going to be going into these application problems where we have to start in point slope and then move into slope intercept. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and write down our equation. I know that my slope is 5.95, and then we had 60.70 and 6. Okay, so what we need to do is solve, and I'm taking out my calculator because I can't do some of this in my head. So this stays the same. We distribute to get 5.95x minus 5.95 times 6, which is 3570. And then we need to add the 6070 to both sides to get that y equals 5.95x. And then we have 60.70 minus 35.70 to get 25. So there we go. Now, what does the y-intercept of the equation represent in terms of the situation? Well, the y-intercept, that's the point 0.25, and that represents the flat fee charged, and I forget what he was doing here, for lawn care service. Okay, so that was the flat fee charged for lawn care service, which was $25. All right, C. How much money will Jim make from raking leaves if he fills 5 bags? So remember, X and Y. How much money we don't know, but we do know 5 bags. Okay, so bags was our X and Y, we don't know. So we're going to go back and use that equation. The Y equals 5.95 times X plus 25. And this is where we simplify. Okay, so we're going to take 5.95 times it by 5 to get 29.75. And then we just add $25. So plus 25, and we get a total of 54.75. Okay, how many bags of leaves? Okay, how many? I don't know. To make a total of 72. So when we're looking at this, I don't know the amount of leaves, but I know that he made 72.60. Okay, so we take 72.60 and we set it equal to the equation, and instead of simplifying, this is where we have to solve. Okay, so when we solve, we subtract to both sides. We have 72.60 minus 25, and we get 47.60. Oh, I forgot the X right there. Hopefully you guys were yelling at me. So we divide by 5.95 to both sides. Divide this by 5.95, and we get an answer of 8. So 8 equals X, and just remember that we're talking about 8 bags of leaves. Okay. So let's see if you guys can pause the video and fill out A on your own. Just remember, look for the point, look for the slope, okay? And see if you can figure out the equation. Go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, so if you had a little trouble, there X was the toppings and Y was the total cost. It said that it was $2.25 per topping, so I know that that was our slope, or for each topping. And then our point was 5.2975. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and distribute to both sides, or not to both sides, but to both terms. And then that's a -5 times 2.25, and we get -11.25. And then we need to add the 29.75 to both sides. And we get that Y equals 225X plus 1850. Now remember, your calculator drops that 0, but we're keeping it there just so we know that we're talking about 50 cents and not 5 cents. So what does the y-intercept of the equation represent? Well, that y-intercept is 0, 1850. Okay, what that is that is the price of a medium pizza with no toppings. Okay, it's just the cheese. Okay, and that'll be $18.50. Well worth it from Giordano's. It's delicious. Okay. C, what would the price of a medium cheese pizza be with 3 extra toppings before tax? So, what is the price? They don't know, but they do know that it's going to be 3 extra toppings. So that means the X is 3 and we don't know the Y. So we get Y equals 2.25X plus 18.50. So go ahead and pause the video and solve it on your own. Good luck. Okay, and we get that Y equals $25.25. Right. How many toppings will be if it costs $32? Once again, I do not know the toppings this time, but I do know that it's going to be 32. So 32 equals 2.25x plus 1850. That's right, guys, we have to solve. So you're going to solve this on your own. Go ahead and pause the video and good luck. Okay, so once you are solving, you had to subtract the 18.50 to both sides, then divide by 2.25, and then we get that x was 6. And so we're talking about 6 extra toppings on the pizza. Okay, go ahead and flip it over. Number 4, Ashley's cell phone has a limited data plan if she goes over her data limit. She has to pay an extra 20 cents per megabyte. Last month, she had to pay, use total 275 megabytes and a total of 120 points. Okay, so we have to figure out what the cost of her cell phone bill was. Okay, or to write an equation that models that. So we know that x, because here's our x are the megabytes. And then what we're trying to find is the cost of the bill, or the bill. Okay, it's how much money it is. So write a slope intercept form to model this situation. Well, I know that our slope is 0.20, and then our equation, or I mean our point is right there because that's our x and that's our y. So we have to go into point slope. Okay, so y bum 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 20 cents, 120, and 275. Okay, so we get 0.20x, and then that's negative 275 times 0.2, and we get 55. And then we need to add the 120 over to both sides. And then we get y equals 0.20x. And then I'm going to add 120 to my answer to get 65. Okay, so what does the y-intercept represent? Well, y-intercept is 0, 65. So what that is the cost of Ashley's cell phone bill if she doesn't go over her data. Okay. Now, for C and D, you guys are going to have to do that on your own. Okay. How much if her data limit was 320? So they tell you what her, yeah, they tell you the data. So you have to find Y. And then for D, they tell you the bill and they're asking you about the data, okay? So the bill is 100 and you don't know the data. So you're gonna do both C and D. Go ahead and pause the video and good luck. Okay, so for C, you should have gotten $129. In D, 175 megabytes. All right, last one. Number 5. Steven hit it big on a scratch-off lottery ticket and won lots of money. To celebrate his wins, he started to spend $85 each week in order to buy himself and his friends whatever they wanted. After 3 weeks of spending, he had $3,450 left. Okay, so X is the weeks and Y is going to be his money. Okay, so the key thing that I wanted to talk about for this one is that he is spending money. So is that going to be a positive slope or a negative slope? Yeah, that's going to be a negative 850. And then our point is 3, comma 3,450. Okay, so you guys are on your own for this one. Go ahead and pause the video and good luck. Okay, so your total final equation in slope-intercept form should have been y equals negative 850x plus 6,000. So that y-intercept is 6,000, and what that represents is Stephen's, or not, we're going to say how much Stephen won on his scratch-off ticket. And that was $6,000. Okay. C and D, you guys are on your own. I'm not even going to read them to you. You guys got to do it by yourself. All right, pause the video. Good luck. Okay, for C, we would, after 4 weeks, Stephen had $2,600. And D, when would he have $50 left? And that would be after 7 weeks. Now, if you have any questions or need extra help, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. You know, we would love to help you out. Your homework is 3.6, practice B. And guys, we got tests this week, okay? So be ready. This is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra Unit 3.6 Notes, Day 2. Thanks for watching.